What is up, guys? It's Relish. Today I want to share with you my plans for the 2020 hiking season. I'm super amped for this coming summer, really excited to be out on trail, and I'm really excited to be bringing you guys along. My major hike of the summer's hiking season is going to be a combined through hike of the Pacific Northwest Trail and the Great Divide Trail. For those of you who don't know, the Pacific Northwest Trail is about a 1,200 mile trail. Its western terminus is Cape Alava on the Pacific coast in Washington. Its eastern terminus is in Glacier National Park. I'll hike through 3 national parks: Olympic National Park, North Cascades National Park, and Glacier National Park for this through hike. The trail also crosses through 7 national forests. It crosses over the PCT and the CDT. Typically this trail is hiked east to west, but because of my combined through hike with the Great Divide Trail and because of snowmelt considerations, I'm going to be starting in the west on the Washington coast, and I'll be hiking east into Glacier. I'll also be combining with this trail the Great Divide Trail. The GDT is a trail that runs along the spines of the Canadian Rockies for about 700 miles. It begins on the Canadian border with the United States in Glacier National Park, so it's right where I'm going to be getting off the PNT. And then it goes north all the way to a few different potential termini. I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to get off at right now. It is to be planned, but the trail will either be about 550 to 700 miles depending on where I get off. The trail passes through 5 Canadian national parks. Some are super famous, like Banff and Jasper, and it passes for a few others. Waterton Lakes, which borders with Glacier National Park. It also goes through Kootenay and Yoho National Parks. Passes through 9 other Canadian provincial parks and 4 different wilderness areas. This combined through hike will be about 1,700 to 1,900 miles, depending on which termini I exit on, as well as different alternates and other options that these trails offer. This is a little bit shorter than something like the PCT or the CDT, but it's really rugged, it's really out there, and I'm really excited for what these trails are going to offer. So with that, let's jump into some of the top reasons that I picked to hike these trails. So the first reason that I picked these 2 trails to hike is just for a greater sense of wilderness. I absolutely adore the PCT and will love it forever, but I'm really excited to try something a little bit more rugged and a little bit more of a trail that provides a little bit more of a expeditionary or adventurous feeling to me. Both of these trails only get up to 100 through hikers a year, so there isn't the trail culture and the structure and the community that is provided on something like the PCT or the AT. And I really love those things in their own right. I think they're beautiful. It's absolutely amazing. But I also want to see what I can do out there alone in the backcountry by myself and really put myself to the test and see if I can do some great adventures without kind of all of the social structure that's built to support through hikers. With less trail culture and less people and less resources around these hikes, it's more on me to prepare everything that I need to be ready for this hike. There's just less room for error. And so it's going to require more self-reliance and more attention to detail and more preparation and more thought than my past through hikes. And I'm really excited for that sense of adventure and that sense of, I call it like an expedition, like really going out there, really being kind of alone. That just really excites me and stirs something deep in my soul and gets me jazzed to go hiking. It makes me feel like I'm doing something truly epic, and I'm super excited for that. So these trails will give me that greater sense of awareness, a greater sense of self, and provide just a true kind of wilderness experience where I'm really out there doing my own thing and it's on me to be successful. And I'm really excited for the solitude and the quiet and just the awareness, the vastness of the wilderness that I'm going to be taking on. Really excited for the diversity around these trails. I'll be hiking on the Washington coast through all the lowlands, the Olympics, experience the dramaticism of the sharp North Cascades, and then I'll get to go to Glacier, which I've never been to. I'm crazy excited about that. And then just topping it off with walking along the Continental Divide in Canada. I'm really excited just for the diversity of what I'm going to see on this trail. I think it's just going to be absolutely stunning. And then like the third thing that I'm really excited for about these trails is that they're both going to require some more navigational expertise on both the PNT and the GDT. There's a lot of route alternates and there's a lot of bushwhacking and there's some route finding. There's lots of trail too, but sometimes it's not in as great shape. And I'm excited to kind of build that skill set because I haven't done a ton of off-trail travel. And eventually I'd like to get to a place where I'm building my own routes. I think these trails would be a great challenge to prep that skill set before embarking on this, so that I'm in a really great place. I learn how to do this while technically on trail, but still doing a lot of route finding. Making navigational choices is going to be great for eventually building a skill set of real excellent route finding capabilities. So I'm really excited for that kind of freedom and that ability to be creative in a sense. That's definitely a step up in difficulty that I feel like I'm ready to take on and grow from. So I'm super excited for that. So that's my main hike, a combined through hike of the Pacific Northwest Trail and the Great Divide Trail, and I'm stoked about it. I plan to do that like mid-June through early September is kind of the timeline I have on that. And then depending on how that goes, how I feel coming off the trail, and kind of what the timing looks like, I also have in my mind a potential late season through hike, something shorter to fill up like mid-September through early October. Right now, loosely, I'm thinking about a combined through hike of the lowest to highest route. The lowest to highest route goes from the lowest point in the continental US in Death Valley up to the tallest point in the continental US, Mount Whitney. The route is about 135 miles long. And then I'm thinking about combining that with a NOBO through hike of the JMT. I did most of the JMT while I was on the PCT, but it's crazy beautiful up in the Sierras. I could always do that again and again, and I haven't done any of the JMT off the PCT. So we'll see how timing works out. I plan to plan that hike and then hopefully be able to do it. We'll just see how all the timing works out, but that would be kind of a late season hike that I'd love to do. The L to H is 135 miles and the JMT is like 210 miles. So combined, it would be something like 340, 350. Would be a great like end of summer trip in the big mountains that I'd love to do. This trip, at least the beginning of it, the L to H, would also provide me the opportunity to continue to grow those route finding skills, which would be really awesome. I'd love to continue to build that skill set coming off of the PNT and the GDT, so that looking into the future, I feel really good about starting to put routes together. It's also just would be magnificent and beautiful and lovely and glorious, and I'm sure that it would just be transformative. So hopefully we can fit that in. But regardless of what hiking I do, you guys are guaranteed to come along. I'm going to be shooting all of my hiking over the 2020 season, putting up regular videos for you to enjoy. Hopefully you'll learn a lot about these trails, learn some backpacking skills, and also see some absolutely beautiful places along with me. So I'm super excited to have you along. Thank you for watching this video. I'm really excited to be planning these trips out. I'll also be providing videos around preparations for all of these trails as I get into them. I'm already pretty far into them, but yeah, you're gonna see some of those. Please drop any questions or comments that you have down below. Super excited to hear what you guys think about these trips. If you enjoyed this video, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button on down below. Regardless, I'm super excited for 2020 and jazzed to see what this year will bring. So until next time, I will see you guys later.